Why did Cain kill Abel? This question has echoed through generations, but the answer is far deeper and darker than it seems. Before we begin, leave your like and subscribe, because what you're about to hear is one of the darkest and most powerful stories ever told. In the beginning of time, when the world still crawled like a newborn, two brothers walked under the same sky. Cain the farmer, hardened by the soil, Abel the shepherd, moving gently among his flock. They were different in every way. Cain fought the earth daily, battling stones, thorns, and storms. Abel moved with ease, as if creation itself welcomed him. Then came the day of the offering. Abel chose the very best of his flock, something pure and sincere. Cain brought the fruits of his labor, the result of sweat and struggle. They placed their offerings before the altar, and only Abel's was accepted. Cain's remained there untouched, ignored, cold. In that moment, something broke inside him. A bitter feeling of invisibility, of being unworthy, of being overlooked. Cain walked away in silence, but inside a storm was forming. If this story is pulling you in, hit the like button now, because it really helps bring more stories like this to life. From that day on, Cain changed. What began as frustration slowly grew into a thick, heavy shadow. He watched Abel from a distance. Abel smiled easily, prospered naturally, and always seemed to stand in the light. Cain felt as if the entire world was comparing him to his brother. And the brighter Abel shined, the darker Cain's heart became. He started sleeping poorly, overthinking, pulling away from everyone. Envy began to take shape, and with it came thoughts Cain had never imagined having. It was as if he was being pushed toward a place inside himself, where no light could reach. Then one day Cain called to Abel, "Come to the field with me." Abel agreed without hesitation. He trusted his brother. There was no reason to fear. They walked together, but every step from Cain felt heavy, loaded with something he could not understand. When they reached the field, the silence felt suffocating. There, far from everything, the shadow within Cain finally took control. Abel said something simple, maybe just a passing comment, but Cain could no longer hear anything. His heart pounded fast, his mind clouded. The world seemed to freeze. And Cain attacked. In a single moment, Abel's life ended, and the silence that followed was more terrifying than any scream. Cain stood still, staring at his own hands. The rage that had controlled him vanished, and all that remained was a crushing despair. He realized he had won nothing. He had only destroyed someone who was never his enemy. Abel fell in the field, and with him, the old version of Cain fell too. From that day on, Cain carried an invisible mark, not just on his body, but in his soul. The mark of a man who allowed darkness to win inside him. He left, wandering, lost, knowing he could never return to who he once was.